so. Managed to get himself into some space, but Ronaldo, who was looking towards the penalty spot, didn't quite make the run towards the back stick. And there were spaces that were opened up by the Czech defence for them to be able to do so. And there is a interesting dynamic towards this game, because you have the side who have conceded these goals in qualifying up against the side who conceded the least goals in qualifying. So Portugal conceded just 2 goals en route to qualification, whilst the Czech Republic scored just 12 en route to qualification through to these particular sets of finals. All in the possession of João Cancelo, forward through the middle to the path of Fernandes, edge of the penalty area, lays the ball across. Bernardo Silva was the most alert in the penalty area, but if he's going to find him, it's going to trickle out of play for a goal kick. The Czechs allow that to go out of play. 3 minutes gone at the Leipzig Stadium. Portugal 0, the Czech Republic 0. We're listening to the Flash Score Live audio commentary service, live commentary from Group F of UEFA Euro 2024 between Portugal and the Czech Republic from the Leipzig Stadium as the Czechs move forward. Souček plays out towards Schick, out towards the left-hand side, edge of the penalty area, inside the box it goes, effort on the right boot of David Dudera. And then Paul play back with the obstruction in the build-up there by Pavel Solch. So it's going to be a free kick to Portugal 4 minutes in. Goalless score. But don't forget that we have every single game from these European Championships live for you across the Flash Score live audio commentary service. We have another 3 games for you tomorrow. The 3-game diet is very much back in swing for the next 3 days before the final round of stage matches. Tomorrow we'll have Croatia against Albania from 2 o'clock, followed by Germany against Hungary from 5. And a big game for Scotland. They take on Switzerland, and that's going to be live from 8 o'clock tomorrow evening on the Flash Score live audio commentary. So it's a big game that for Steve Clark's men. Bernardo Silva plays the ball to Cristiano Ronaldo, right hand side in the middle of the Czech cup. Silva driving now, moving infield. He's got Pavel Solch for company. Plays it out in towards the possession of Diogo Dalot, who's occupying that wing-back position on that right-hand side for Portugal. Last touch coming off the Czech player. Portugal for throw on the right-hand side, adjacent towards the edge of the penalty area. 5 minutes gone at the Leipzig Stadium. Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0. You're listening to the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Pepe in possession, 5 yards from the edge of the Czech Republic half. Goes out towards the right-hand side and towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. Back in towards the path of Mendes, who drives down the left-hand side. Just didn't feel it looks to lay out to the path of Rafael Leao, but it was snuffed down by Kufal, the West Ham man. He just slides it away with his right foot and seeing the ball go out of play for the first corner of the game. It's going to be a Portuguese corner out on the left-hand side as they attack. 5.5 minutes gone. Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0 here in this Euro 2024 Group F clash on Flash Score Live commentary service. So first chance of Portugal from the set piece is going to be Vitinha to swing it in on his right foot from the left-hand side. Throws it fizzed in towards the edge of the box, not going to work its way in towards the path of João Cancelo, who initially couldn't get there after a flick away. Picks up on the loose ball second time. He's going to transfer all its way back to Diogo Costa between the sticks, pulling out from the back once again. It's the Portuguese side in towards the possession of Nuno Mendes. Vitinha forward in towards the path of Rafael Leao on the left-hand side. He's got Thomas Hollet for company, who does well to regather the ball, and then Pavel Solch will play it back into the path of Stantic between the sticks for the Czechs. They have possession on the halfway, kind of pinballed and loose, but it's regathered by Schick on the right-hand side. 10 yards inside Portuguese territory, plays it back into the path of Souček, midfield commander, the Czech skipper this evening. Plays it forward in the path of Solch, around about 30 yards out from goal. Out to the left-hand side it goes, and now back about 10-15 yards and back inside their own territory. The Czechs happy just to put it out from the back. It's been a decent start to this encounter. Both teams have looked lively, although no major chances to show as of yet. Czechs who have qualified for every single European Championship since becoming an independent nation in 1996. They made it through to the final of that particular European Championships before losing to Germany in the final. They did win this trophy as Czechoslovakia back in 1976, which was where the Panenka penalty was born, that winning penalty to win that particular tournament, but they give possession away here. The ball goes out to the layout, left-hand side now, advancing towards the edge of the area. Steps inside of Holles and then chips the ball in towards the penalty area, towards Cristiano Ronaldo on the penalty spot, who heads the ball down but can only glance it around about 2 or 3 yards wide of goal. First real opportunity of the game, falling to Portugal and falling to the man that they would want it to come to more than anybody else. Both himself and Bernardo Silva were both in close range. It was Ronaldo had the glass header looking to wrap it round in towards the bottom left-hand corner, was unable to do so. So the first chance going to Portugal, the first chance going wide. 8 minutes on the clock, Portugal 0, the Czech Republic 0 here in this Group F clash for UEFA Euro 2024 on the Flash Score Live on the commentary service. Well, I was talking about the experience of Portugal, and this is why. In their squad, 217 major trophies, but it's the Czechs that move forwards here, but advances Kucha just flaunted somewhat. Heavy touch from Patrick Schick towards his half as the ball just bobbled into Czech possession, but it'll go in towards the arms of Diego Costa. Between the 26-man Portuguese squad, 217 major trophies. They have won each of their past 4 matches in all competitions against the Czech Republic. 10 goals for, 1 against them, keeping a clean sheet in each of the last 3. A matter of fact, it doesn't paint a pretty picture for the Czechs as far as the head-to-head records between the sides are concerned, because they lost 4 of their previous 5 matches against Portugal, including a 4-0 defeat when the countries locked horns at the UEFA Nations League back in September 2022. Goals by Diogo Dallo and strikes by Bruno Fernandes just for the break, and Diogo Jota minutes from the end, securing a comprehensive win for Portugal there. They were the defending champions of that particular competition in 2019. It was Spain the title of that particular competition. Watch them in a couple of days' time on the Flash Score live audio commentary services. This Portuguese team just happened to play with possession in the middle of the park. Ball in possession of Mendes on the left-hand side. Now he comes infield towards the great point of the Czechia half. Pepe halfway line. Now in towards the path continues. Schick and Kucha close by. Manages to play the ball out to Mendes on the left-hand side. Rafael out towards the left-hand touchline. Pepe looking to draft it forward towards Bernardo Silva, gives the ball away, and now the Czechs look to move forward. Long ball searching over the top, looking to find the possession of Jan Kucha. Edge of the penalty area, right-hand side, gets the better of Pepe, but then just couldn't quite keep control of his touch as he looked to set the ball into the penalty area. Heavy touch on his left foot, looking to set himself on his right. And the ball's going to trickle out of play for a Portuguese goal kick. The 10-minute mark here. Leipzig Stadium has passed. It's Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0. The other game in this group took place early on this afternoon, and as to be said, it was a cracker of a contest as Turkey got the better of Georgia by 3 goals to 1. As the ball was fizzed forward in towards the path of Cristiano Ronaldo. Went down to the ground towards the edge of the penalty area, just off centre towards the left-hand side under the challenge of Robin Hranak, who effectively was close by to Ronaldo, but Ronaldo slipping to the surface. Just to mention that game between Turkey and Georgia a little bit earlier on. Mulder with the opener, 25 minutes in for an equaliser by Miguel Dausti. The 32nd minute, a fantastic goal by the Real Madrid style of Güler. 25 minutes from time, making it 2-1. And right at the very end, as Georgia looked to equalise, Topoli got the third. 7-minute stoppage time. Rafael out, left-hand side towards the edge of the area, looking to get the better of Kufal. He does so to the byline, spreads it across goal, looking to find Ronaldo, cleared away by the Czechs, cleared by Kufal, but it's won back by Portugal loosely in towards the possession of Mendes. Lays out towards Bernardo Silva. Ruben Diaz goes out to the possession of Mendes again. This is Fernandes, left-hand side, cross goes in, looking to find Ronaldo in around the penalty spot, but couldn't quite accurately find the pass, and it's going to be a comfortable catch for Stanic in the Czechia goal, but it's a wonderful one by Diallo. Gets the better of Kufal, just shows him the inside, and then kicks through on goal towards the byline, pulls it back on his left foot, looking to find Ronaldo in and around the penalty spot, but Czechs went to clear their lines, but Ronaldo from distance had possession again. Bernardo Silva looking to set him in his path. Ronaldo down on the deck, but the Czechs come away with the ball on the right-hand side. He managed to give it in play, but Pepe Gabis for Portugal, playing in these tournament finals at the age of 41. This is Fernandes driving down the middle. He's got a 5-man Czech wall in front of him. Rafael left-hand side, 25 yards out from goal. Coutinho looking to evade the challenger Patrick Schick, and does effectively. Diaz, ball shifted out towards the right hand side, and now Bernardo Silva looking to drive. He's got Patrick Schick up against it. Cross goes in, left footed, comes off of Schick, and now Kufal will play it back in towards the path of Stanic, who will clear it away straight away towards the half. Loose ball contested up in the air, regathered by Portugal, who is seemingly winning every second ball at this present moment in time. Ball goes out towards the right hand side. Fernandez looking to set through Bernardo Silva, but it's going to be won back by the Portuguese and by Krejci. He's been quiet thus far. Now Stanic in the Czech goal. Have Ronaldo for company. Him on rushing is probably on a comfortable sight, and uncomfortable is the situation. Branislav Krejci can only put the ball out of play for a Portuguese throw on the right hand side, around about 25-30 yards from the Czech goal. We play 13 minutes here on the flash score line with the commentary sides. Portugal 0, the Czech Republic 0. This final game of the day here in Group F of UEFA Euro 2024. The final game from the first round of fixtures. Round 2 will kick off tomorrow as Bruno Fernandes goes down and wins a free kick for Portugal. Round 2 of fixtures will kick off with Croatia against Albania tomorrow from 2, Germany, Hungary 5, Switzerland from 8. And Thursday, Slovenia, Serbia from 2, Denmark, England from 5, Spain v Italy, the big game from 8 o'clock. All 6 of them games are live if you're on the Flash Score Live audio commentary, so as is every game for UEFA Euro 2024, including the final from Berlin on Sunday, July the 14th. The best way to get all the latest news and reaction from all 24 counts is by downloading the Flash Score app available on the App Store within Google Play. The referee's tucked the ball as Vitinha drove forward to play out towards the path of João Cancelo, so the player's got to stop and then be restarting courtesy of a drop ball. Which will go back towards Vitinha, and effectively back to as we were, because he's going to play the ball in towards the path of Cancelo, now towards Mendes, left hand side, 30 yards out from goal. Wants to whip a ball in, but they didn't want it that quickly. Goes up in the air from Mendes, and his apologies to Mr. Ronaldo as the rain begins to come down here in Leipzig. There was a forecast for some precipitation over the course of the evening, although it wasn't expected to be as heavy as it is now. You may have seen some of the pictures from Dortmund prior to the Turkey-Georgia game getting underway. There was an absolute deluge prior to kick-off. It has been raining all day across many parts of Germany, including in the capital Berlin. Cancelo is the ball on the left-hand side for Portugal. 15 yards inside the check-up. Chips it over the top in towards the path of Bernardo Silva. Edge of the penalty area left-hand side and towards the path of Rafael Leao, who's got Vladimir Kufal for company. Now has 2 up against him. Back towards Bernardo Silva again. Right-footed. Flicks it back towards the path of Pepe in the middle of the Czech Republic half. Laid out towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. Pepe on the half. Out towards the left-hand side, Nuno Mendes, 10 yards inside opposition territory, just driving forward slowly but surely, and now into the path of Vitinha, makes the winging his way past 2, and falls out to the left-hand side. The ball is in the possession of Bernardo Silva, who's seemingly covered every blade of grass so far in this opening quarter now. This is Rafael Leao, on the left-hand side again, with 2 men marking it. This is João Cancelo, switches out to the right-hand side and towards his former Manchester City teammate Ruben Diaz. Vitinha possession, go back in towards the path of Pepe, and now Mendes once again going to drive down on this left-hand side, plays it infield towards the path of Cancelo. Fernandes goes out towards Diaz out towards the far right-hand side. Again, this is Bruno Fernandes, goes out towards Nuno Mendes, who looks up, has an effort from around about 25 yards out, strikes it on his left foot through the laces, but it goes wide, well over the goal of Jandrik Stanic for the Czechs. So 16 and a half minutes gone here at the Leipzig Stadium. Portugal 0, the Czechs 0 here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Portugal, the only team to win 100% of their matches in the qualifying campaign for this tournament, the only team to go 10 from 10 in their qualified matches. They scored more goals than any other team, 36, whilst attaining the best defensive record, 2 goals conceded in 10 games. That actually included 9 clean sheets in that qualifying campaign. The only 2 goals they conceded was in a 3-2 victory at home to Serbia in October of last year. So defensively very stout. In attack they've shown all of their key traits so far, and they move forward again with João Cancelo on the left-hand side. Move back in towards the path of Pepe. Went out towards the right-hand flank this time, but the ball's going to evade Bernardo Silva. The ball's going to roll out. It's going to be a Czech Republic throw. Haven't had much by way of possession in the opening 17 minutes or so. They did get off to a promising start, and they have looked lively on the counter-attack thus far. And Czech does have this reputation. Okay, he did score that goal, didn't he, from the halfway line against Scotland in the last European Championships, but he does have a reputation of being a poacher. He may have to just feed off scraps both himself and Kutscher, his strike partner in this particular match. No, Shiknom afraid to come back and do the dirty work. Portugal possession on the halfway. Bernardo Silva possession goes back into the path of Ruben Diaz, who turn will block it in towards the path of Diogo Costa, who goes up and assesses his options. Options down the side. Portugal very lively in the opening 18 minutes or so. There's Nuno Mendes on the halfway on that left-hand flank, drives his way past Thomas Hollis, moves on the inside of him. Ronaldo moves forward, but this is Mendes, plays it back in towards the path of Vitinha, to the far right-hand side into Ruben Diaz. Fernandes towards possession Bernardo Silva. Ruben Diaz plays it back to Vitinha into the penalty area. Silva again in towards the path of Dalot. Jets it back, not going to find Ronaldo at the near post, headed away by the Czechs before the second opportunity to find Rafael Leao, but it's going to be regathered again. Fernandes, right footed cross in towards the mixer, looking to find Bernardo Silva, but flicked away by Vladimir Koufal for a Portugal corner on the left-hand side. Once again, Portugal dominant possession, looking to get the ball in towards the box, but the distribution in the final third hasn't been quite as desired in the opening 19 minutes or so. But Czechia with another corner to defend. Once again on the left-hand side, 19 minutes gone, Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0 on the Flash Score Live. The commentary says Vitinha to take on this left-hand flank. He's going to swing it in on his right boot, in towards the penalty spot, flicked away by Czechs and flicked away by Vladimir Koufal, further cleared away by Kutscher on this left-hand side. Ball down 15 yards on the edge of the Portugal half, but out of play, and it's going to be a throw into Portugal down on the right-hand side as they attack 10 yards inside the Czechia half. Bring it back inside their own territory now, 20 minutes on the clock. Goalless between Portugal and the Czech Republic on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. This is Vitinha on the left-hand side, 10 yards inside Czech Republic territory. This is João Cancelo towards Pepe on the halfway. This is Nuno Mendes. Leao out to his left-hand side, plays it short in towards the possession of João Cancelo. Portugal have come with every blade of grass, except for the blades of grass that have occupied the back of the Czechia net in these opening 20 minutes of this particular contest. They have the ball again on the halfway. It's been a dominant start for Roberto Martínez's side. He'll be happy with what he's seen to press. The only thing that really concerned if they don't utilise this dominant spell with the goal. Diaz has got Dalot out on the right-hand side, sending the field towards Bruno Fernandes. Silva and Dalot both defending on the right flank. Dalot, who he looks at 25 yards from goal, has to bring it back about 20 yards, and now ball in the possession of Pepe, tossing it along towards Nuno Mendes on the half, played forward and towards the path of Vitinha. Cunha up against him, goes out towards the path of Leao. Ronaldo, 25 yards out, steps inside, plays it. Well, it looks as if he's going to play it to Leao and decides to play it to himself towards the edge of the penalty area, looking to unlock his box of tricks up against Vladimir Koufal. Now back to Leao, short towards Mendes, with 1-2 between himself and Vitinha. Right foot swings it across into the path of Ruben Diaz, looks up, he's going to strike it, takes a deflection on his right boot, comes off of Pavel Solch, and it's going to be a corner to Portugal on the right-hand side. And Diaz took a touch, saw himself in a decent position towards the edge of the penalty area, and so struck it for the side of his right foot. Pavel Solch came sliding in. The corner's taken quickly on the right-hand flank, and then crossed in by Vitinha, which hit the side netting. I think it was a bit too enthusiastically taken, this corner, for the referee's liking, and so Portugal are going to get a second crack at it on the right-hand side there. Going to take Portugal corner on this right-hand side, swung in right-footed by Dalot towards Pepe, who flicks up but couldn't flick it goalwards. It's going to be cleared away by the Czechs towards the half. It was punted away, and I think Jan Kutscher wanted to have the ball brought to feet inside his own half, and thus the ball now goes back in towards the possession of Diogo Costa. Portugal move again on this right hand side, driving forward is Bernardo Silva. He's got Pavel Solch up against him, moves in field into the path of Fernandez, who just couldn't quite get set for his first touch on his right foot, and it's won that by the Czech. So Portugal did look to regain the do eventually. This is Pepe towards the halfway on the right hand side. Coutinho out towards Dallo, first time pass forward in towards the, well, that is the path of Dallo. Diaz, the initial pass, and it's he who has it now. Back in towards the path of the unmistakable Pepe, towards Cancelo, left hand side, which the Persian now breaks inside, it steps inside, has an F on his right boot, which takes a deflection. It's going to come back out to him. Now plays it back in towards the possession of Rafael Leao for Portugal, left hand side, 25 yards out from goal. Short in towards the possession of João Cancelo, now towards Nuno Mendes, short to Bruno Fernandes once more, looks up, stops still for a second, and Fernandes is going to fire one for around about 25 yards out on his right foot. It was a decent F which took a deflection, and it's going to go out for Portugal corner on the left hand side as they attack. The last touch coming off a Czech defender. So Portugal with another opportunity to break the deadlock. It's the only thing they haven't done in this contest so far. 23.5 minutes here, Portugal 0, Czechia 0. Here in this Group F tie on the Flash Score Live audio commentary. So it's going to be Coutinho to take the corner, left hand side right footed. Bernardo Silva is the option short. And that's exactly who's going to fight. Silva left hand side. He's got Coutinho on the underlap. Looks to thread it through into the path of Rafael Leao. It's going to be cleared away by the Czechs, so now look to launch a counter attack. To the right hand side it goes. They're looking to launch it forward in towards the path of Patrick Schick, but passed by David Judeva will go out of play. Even Hasek has only had 4 friendly games to prepare his Czech Republic side for this stint of the European Championships. Beaten each and every single one of them. He did captain Czechoslovakia at the 1990 World Cup finals, was head of the National Football Association, where he actually appointed himself interim manager before taking the job on a permanent basis. Beaten as a permanent manager, and they've won each of their last 5, although there are some question marks over the opposition. Their friendly games going into this tournament were matches against Norway, Armenia, Malta and North Macedonia. Portugal, it's fair to say, is a much bolder test than particularly the last 3 aforementioned, but the Czechs, who've had to do a lot of work of a defensive sense, have acquitted themselves well in the opening half of this first half. They move their way forward now. The ball looking to work its way towards the path of Schick from Thomas Souček, and the ball's given away, and Portugal have possession on the half. Is Bernardo Silva playing, the ball goes out towards the right hand side in towards the path for Diaz, who plays it towards Rafael Leao, who's in and around the 6-yard box. Only needed a poke on his right foot to send the ball home, but couldn't get a touch to it. It was a quick counter attack. Bernardo Silva out to the path of Ruben Diaz, who from the edge of the area released it first time on his right boot in towards the path of Rafael Leao, who just couldn't quite connect to it with his right boot. And right a goal it'll go. If he had a touch, he would have had the simple task of rolling it home. The best opportunity of the game so far, and perhaps not a surprise, it's gone the way of Portugal. Now the Czechs look to reset. Ball in the possession of David Judeva. Winger for this Czech side, who just have players on their own half. In terms of the overall possession, 77% in favour of Portugal compared to just 23% for the Czechs so far in this game. But 0-0 still the score, the midway point of this first half, 26 minutes played. It is the Czechs in possession on the left hand side in the middle of the Portuguese half. It is Lucas Provod who has the ball, lays it out towards the left hand side. That's a Dudera in possession. He's got Coutinho up against him. Back out towards Dudera's path once again, and he's got 2 Portuguese defenders up against him. This time played in towards Kufal, who is possessed, but cleared away in the end, and forward it goes. It may fall opportunely here for Kutcher, but is onto the ball, couldn't quite land nicely, and so Portugal will gain possession. They'll try and calm the play down and build out from the back. Pepe releases it out in towards the path of Nuno Mendes, left hand side towards the halfway. This is João Cancelo on the ball, and short towards the path of Bruno Fernandes. Cancelo, Fernandes again in towards the possession of Pepe. Now Bruno Fernandes once more on the halfway in the centre. Very short towards Ronaldo, but not two between himself and Fernandes. Now forward towards Rafael Leao. There's two defenders up against him, entering the penalty. Has to shift out wide towards the left. Cross goes in, takes the deflection with the back stick, and then chested down dangerously by Dudere in towards the path for Stanic. And the ball's actually going to go out of play for a Portuguese corner. That was how dangerous it was as Stanic spilt the ball initially. So a Portuguese corner out on the right hand side. 28 minutes gone. Portugal 0, Czechia 0 in this group F tie from the Leipzig stadium. So it's swung in right footed. It's going to be Kinga, it looks like to take. It's going to be taken by, yes, it's Vitinha towards the near post, flicked away by Profil. Further cleared away. It's going to go out for a Portugal throw. Right hand side around about 25-30 yards from goal. Salts with the last touch to see the ball go out of play for throw. It's going to be Diogo Dalot to take that throw, and he's going to play it back in towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. Right hand side, 5 yards inside the Czechia half. 28.5 minutes played, goalless between Portugal and the Czech Republic on the flash score live audio commentary circuit. Goes back in towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. Inside his own half, he's looking for options. The Czech's just happy just to stave off for now. Pepe first time pass out in towards the possession of Mendes, driving down the left hand side, breaking in towards the Czechia half. We'll find Rafael Leao towards the edge of the penalty area. He's cleared away by the Czechs, but only half-heartedly. And then Mendes chipping the ball in, not going to find Ronaldo, who was lurking in and around the 6-yard box. The cross was going in towards the back stick. It couldn't quite find the intended target, and after a little bit of a tussle between Diogo Dalot and Kratchki at the corner flag, the ball was going to eventually run out for, in fact it was Dudere who was having a tussle, and the ball was going to eventually go out for a goal kick. Approaching the half-hour mark, still goalless between Portugal and the Czech Republic. We did tell you that the flash score live audio commentary service was the overview in 2024. Well, the Premier League fixtures will be released today, and we'll have every single match live for you in the 2024-2025 season. Kick starts with Manchester United up against Fulham on August the 16th, and then we'll have the big games in the first weekend as well as all season long, including Ipswich Town against Liverpool and Chelsea against Manchester City. We'll have the Premier League live for you. We'll also have extended coverage of the English Football League, the Championship, League 1, League 2, by downloading the Flash Score app. You can get notifications involving your favourite EFL side, as well as updates during our 3 o'clock commentaries and selected commentaries of certain EFL Championship matches towards the end of the season. João Cancelo going down to the ground with the referee saying play on, and Czechs come away with possession from the right hand side, goes down towards the path of Kucha, who has got Cancelo keeping in close company. The ball's gone back loosely by Bernardo Silva on the halfway, and now Bruno Fernandes in a central position, around about 35 yards out from goal, towards the edge of the area, out towards the path of Rafael Leao, steps inside, looking to get a shot away. He's got 2 up against him, and still Leao has possession, moved out wide towards the left, looking to pull it back into the path of Ronaldo. It's initially blocked, but Bernardo Silva comes back with a loose ball. Vitinha, edge of the area, in towards the path of Cancelo. For a moment looked up to shoot. That hesitation means that the Czechs come back with the ball, but the story of this first half, as soon as the Czechs get it back, the Portuguese will regather. Cancelo in possession, will play it out in towards the path of Pepe. Bruno Fernandes in the central position, 30 yards out, slits it through to Cristiano Ronaldo, who was one-on-one with Stanic, struck it first time, saved by the keeper. Second ever from Vitinha on his right boot, side-footed from the edge of the D, but it's a comfortable catch for Jindřich Stanic in the Czechia goal. Well, that was the first time Ronaldo got an opening on goal. He would have been just a strand offside if he had converted home. Struck first time through the side of his luminous left boot. Matched by Stanic, as was the second effort by Vitinha. And now Portugal really are beginning to build in their strides. This is Vitinha in possession, moving infield around about 35 yards out from goal. Shifted out in towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. 32 minutes gone, Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0 here in this Group F clash on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. On the halfway, the possession is Portuguese feet. That'll be at the arms of the Czech players as the ball goes out of play for throw on the far side as we look at things. Well, Czechs who occupy most of the goal to the left of us, which Portugal are attacking in this first half. They made quite a racket before kick-off. They're bouncing up and down, but it's been a bit more subdued as the Portuguese pressure continued to pile on. And it's going to pile on again here. Fernandes to Ronaldo, 25 yards out, back heels it into the penalty area, in towards the path of Vitinha. It's eventually cleared away, out for a Portuguese corner. Vitinha was looking to get his twinkle toes together. Ronaldo with the back heel in towards his path was looking to set himself on his right foot, and in the end it was the touch by Lucas Provod that will see it out of play for Portugal corner on the left hand side. 33 minutes gone. Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0 here in this Group F encounter from the Leipzig Stadium on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Vitinha on the left hand side plays a short his right boot to Bernardo Silva, who plays it Vitinha again. Cross goes in, right footed towards the back post, again met with by a Czech head, cleared towards the halfway where it's going to be met by Ruben Diaz. Goes out towards João Cancelo on the right hand side for Portugal. Towards the edge of the penalty area it goes. Diogo Dalot in a foot race with Krejci. Cross goes in by Fernandes towards the penalty spot. Nobody there. Was able to be cleared by Hranac. Be recovered on the halfway on the right hand side for Pepe. Ruben Diaz again. So that was Cancelo. This is Diaz. Short in towards the possession of Vitinha in the centre. Short in towards the path of Rafael Leao. Now Vitinha again. Goes out towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. Short in towards the path of Fernandes. A quick touch now out towards Fernandes' right hand side. Two up against him. 20 yards out to be gathered by Guerreiro, who's looking to unleash Kutcher, but a bit too enthusiastic the pass, and Portugal will regather. The ball now back in towards the possession of João Cancelo. Out towards Mendes, 30 yards out, left hand side for Portugal. This is Vitinha, looks up, possesses his options, he's got two white shirts in front of him. Goes out towards Rafael Leao, who has had the better of Thomas Hollins and Kufan this first half, and he crosses the ball in right foot, looking to chip it towards Leao at the far post. But as good as his skill has been to get himself into positions to cross, it's fair to say that the execution of those crosses hasn't quite been up to speed by the standards, the high standards set of Rafael Leao, the AC Milan man. 4 goals in his 27 caps for his country, 1 player of the season, as well as the Scudetto with AC Milan, the 2021-22 season. As far as this season is concerned, 13 goals and 14 assists across all competitions. Let's go in this first half on the Leipzig Stadium. Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0 here. Group F on the Flash Score Live video commentary service. Don't forget, 3 live matches for you tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Every game from Euro 24 is covered with us. This is Vitinha with 2 Czech shirts up against it. Fernandes lays it out towards the right hand side, in towards the path of the unmistakable Cristiano Ronaldo. If his stature makes it unmistakable, his boots certainly do. Fernandes is going to fed the ball forward in towards his path. Instead, but we gathered by Diaz, who plays it out in towards the path of Diogo Dalot. And this is Vitinha in possession. Bruno Fernandes, who just been dropping back a little bit more over the last 5-10 minutes or so. Mendes in towards the possession of João Cancelo, who's on the inside. And Rafael Leao looking to get the bit of Thomas Hollins, but this time unable to do so. But it's been captured by Cancelo. That's the ball in the penalty area, 3 up against him. Back towards Leao again, towards the bar. Looks to get the cross in, this time towards the near post. It's cleared away by Robin Hranac. It's going to be a throw to Portugal on the left hand side, around about 20 yards inside the Czech Republic half, who have a player down, and it is the captain Thomas Souček, the one player they can ill afford to have not at 100% in this squad, the talismanic figure of this team. For 4 years now he's been in London with West Ham United. As far as his record for his country is concerned, 12 goals from 69 caps, tall box-to-box midfielder, and he remains the key player for this Czech side, and the only player to have played every single minute in their qualification campaign. So the Czech Footballer of the Year. Won the UEFA Conference League with West Ham in his nation's capital, Prague, in 2023. What a proud moment that was for him and Vladimir Kufal. Well, play has restarted and Souček is back on his feet. Portugal have it inside their own half. 37.5 minutes play. Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0 here in this Group F clash from the Leipzig Stadium on the Flash Score Live audio commentary set. This is Vitinha towards the halfway, short to the path of Cancelo in the centre, still inside the centre circle. It's regathered by the Czechs, who begin to push again, but as quickly as they look to, Fernandez regathered, but it's one back loosely, and the Czechs find themselves in a decent position with the pass out to Oles wasn't as required, but it's one back by Solch. Now Oles, right hand side towards the edge of the penalty area. This is Kufal, cross goes in towards the back stick where lurking was who else but Patrick Schick, but he couldn't quite bend his head around, and now Portugal have possession. Now they look to break away. Goes out to Rafael Leao. It's 3-on-4 here. Leao, left hand side towards the edge of the penalty area, gets the better of Thomas Souček before then going to the ground. It's going to be a free kick towards the edge of the penalty area, and Thomas Souček is going to be first player to have his name taken by Marco Guida, the Italian referee this evening. We had to stop Leao somehow because he was pushing and probing ever further towards goal, and it was just a bit of a nudge of the left arm of Thomas Souček that stopped the Milan man in his tracks right on the edge of the penalty area. This free kick is going to be taken on this. As a matter of fact, it's gone the other way round. It's Rafael Leao who's been yellow carded for diving, so it's actually going to be he who's the first name to be taken. But it looked like when the referee blew his whistle, it was going to be a free kick to Portugal. One of the disadvantages of working on a feed this evening is Portugal possession on the left hand side, lofted forward towards the halfway, flicked on. It's going to be brought down by Souček, who hasn't had his name taken in the book. I can confirm that for you. In towards the possession of Dudera, in towards the middle it goes, in towards the path of Schick, 30 yards out from goal. Shits out towards Kutscher, now has Kufal on the overlap. Cross goes in first time, right footed towards the back stick. It's going to be cleared away by Portugal, but it's given away by he's in a difficult position towards the edge of his own penalty area. Cancelo, who's got Kutscher close by. Czechs pressing towards the edge of the Portuguese penalty area, but it is Portugal to come away with the ball, and it's Fernandez who drives through the middle. He's covered around about 60 yards of ground. Fernandez, 30 yards out, looking to slip in Ronaldo inside the penalty area, right hand side, two up against him. Goes out towards Dallo, who's got Dudera for company. Now in towards the path of Vitinha. Fernandez looks up, sees Ronaldo in and around the penalty spot, but plays it back into the path of Ruben Diaz, who urges for a bit more of intensity in the Portuguese attack. 5 to go until the break. Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0. It's Vitinha in possession, right hand side. Goes back in towards the path of Pepe, short to Bernardo Silva, who's covered every blade of grass as he looking to find Rafael Leao, but dispossessed by the Czechs, who drive forward on this right hand side with Vladimir Kufa. Forward it goes in towards the path of Kutscher, gathered by Mendes, and now Pepe in possession for Portugal. This is Bruno Fernandes in possession towards the halfway line in the centre, goes out towards the path of Ruben Diaz, still inside his own half for Portugal. Now towards Bruno Mendes, having had a game at these European Championships, go into the half-time break goalless so far. Well, this could set an unwanted trend alight if Portugal can't break down this stubborn Czech defence in the final 4 minutes or so of this first half, or the Czechs can find an opener, but it's more likely to be Portugal. This is Leao left-hand side towards the edge of the penalty area, goes back in towards the path of Bruno Mendes. Vitinha in space, 25 yards out to just quickly come tracking back. Fernandez looking to lay on Ronaldo just inside the D, but the Czechs come away with the ball towards the possession of Dera, left hand side. Dallo up against him, chips over the top, but regathered by Pepe, who is ever present, looking to thread the ball forward right footed, but it's going to be cleared away towards the half, where it's flicked on by Ruben Diaz, but brought back down by Lucas Provod. Go back towards the possession, Stanic, but comfortably so. Moves the ball forward, move one towards the halfway, flicked on by Kutscher, but it's going to be regathered on the halfway line by João Cancelo for Portugal, who drives forward, plays it towards the possession of Cristiano Ronaldo. This is Vitinha in possession. out in towards the path of Ruben Diaz. Has the ball on the right hand side, 5 yards inside Czech territory. Pepe up towards the halfway line. 2.5 minutes of this first half to go. Portugal have had plenty of huff and puff, but haven't had a clear-cut chance of their name. They had one with Ronaldo, followed by Vitinha, but the flag would have gone up for offside in any instance. It would be the first game at these European Championships to go in goalless if the deadlock cannot be broken in the final couple of minutes of the remain of this first half. Ball goes out towards Ronaldo, left-hand side. Now, Mendes, who switches the plane towards the path of Diaz, and to the far right-hand side in towards Bernardo Silva, who sorts for company. Now towards Diogo Dalot, who steps inside of his man, goes back in towards the path of Vitinha, dances his way out towards the path of Nuno Mendes, chipped over the top, looking to find Rafa Leao, but it's going to be comfortably watched by Hendrik Stanic, trying to play for a Czech goal kick. 43 minutes gone, Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0 in this Group F encounter on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Well, this is exactly what Ivan Hasic said in his pre-match team talk. He said to the press yesterday that we have to cope with the quality of the Portuguese stars of our teamwork. It's the only chance they have. Everybody has to give everything for the team. And they are giving everything so far. What has been a stout defensive display in the opening 44 minutes of this encounter. They have possession though now in an attacking sense out on the left-hand side. It's Tudera in possession. To flip the ball out in towards the possession of Salt, but it's been gathered by Diogo Dalot. Vitinha losing out almost, brought to ground towards the edge of his own penalty area. Pepe managed to rescue the situation. Now Portugal look to go again. Fernandes goes out towards Cancelo, driving down the left-hand side, in towards the middle of the Czech half, towards Leao, edge of the area on the left-hand side. We're going to get on the inside of Kufal, lays it across on his right foot, looking to find the penalty spot. It's cleared away and out for corner on the left-hand side as Portugal attack. The last touch in the end coming off of Thomas Holles. Final 30 seconds or so to go in this opening period. Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0. You're listening to the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Don't forget to download the app via the Apple App Store or via Google Play. Well, it's going to be the final opportunity of regulation in this first half. Fernandes on the left-hand side plays it short on his right boot towards Silva. Fernandes again. There's an out switching play towards the right-hand side, and this is Vitinha once more in towards the box. Ronaldo takes inside, has an effort on his left foot. It's parried away by Stanic. It's going to come back out towards Pepe. We're into stoppage time at the end of this first half here in Leipzig. This is Vitinha in possession. 1 minute added on at the end of this first half. Ball along the deck in towards the penalty area by Ruben Diaz. Czechs come away with possession up towards the left-hand side, 5 yards from the edge of the Portugal half. Pepe almost lost it for a second, but Pepe manages to recover the situation. This is Bruno Fernandes driving forward now for Portugal. 5-man wide defensive wall trying to send Ronaldo into an offside position. Rafa Leao, left-hand side, edge of the area, steps inside, looking to find Ronaldo on the edge of the box. The pass inaccurate, and the Czechs again manage to come away with possession. A little bit of a slip. It's opened up the door here for Tudera, driving down the left-hand side. Got Pepe up against him. 10 yards inside the Portuguese half. He moved towards the halfway, and that's going to be the final action of the first half here in Leipzig. The first game of these European Championships, which is being goalless at the half-time break. Portugal have had all the huff and all of the puff in the first half, but they've been able to break down a very stubborn Czech defence. Cristiano Ronaldo and Vitinha with the best chances back-to-back. A couple of decent saves by Hendrik Stanic, who's had a busy first period in the Czech goal. But at the break here at the Leipzig Stadium in Group F, it is Portugal 0, the Czech Republic 0. at these European Championships, which has gone into the second half, had a goal being scored. Portugal completed 368 passes in the first half, which is the most by a side of the opening period of a European Championship game since such metrics were recorded back in 1980. But they haven't got any goals to show for it. The Czechs have been very stout when it's come to a defensive sense. The question is how things will move forward as they tire in this second half. No changes that we can see going into this second period, which Czechia will get underway, attacking the right to left of us in this second half, attacking the support base to the goal to the left. Their all white shirts. Portugal in their red tops, red shorts, red stockings. The Czechs get us underway for this second half. They have the ball on the halfway line. It's chipped forward, punted forward right away. Dealt with by Nuno Mendes. Brought down by captain Thomas Souček, but it's going to be regathered by Portugal. It's going to go back to Diogo Costa to retrieve the stick. Just a quick check of the 2-11s for you. For Portugal running up 3-5-2, both teams running up 3-5-2. Just in a second, it looks as if Patrick Schick was going to through that Kucha for a second. The Czechs come back with possession. Play is going to be stopped for a foul. It was Thomas Holles who brought down Rafael Leao, so it gives us an opportunity to go through those two starting 11s for you. Portugal 3-5-2, Costa in goal, Dalot, Pepe, Ruben Diaz, Cancelo, Silva, Fernandes, Rodinho, Mendes. As Silva has possession, comes out towards the path of Diogo Dalot, edge of the area, right hand steps inside, has a curling effort on his left foot which goes a yard or two over the bar. Portugal right from the get-go at the beginning of this second half, making their intent known. They had all the passing play, had all the possession, but they didn't really get many shots on goal, and Dalot trying to change it. They're wrapping the ball around his boot, but just couldn't quite fire it goal bound, couldn't quite keep the effort down. And so we'll go through those lines again. Third time, hopefully the charm. Costa, Dalot, Pepe, Diaz, Cancelo, Silva, Fernandes, Vitinha, Mendes, Ronaldo, the captain, Leao for Portugal. Czechia also lining up 3-5-2. Stanic in goal, Holles, Hanic, Krečki, Kufal, Souček, the captain, Horvod, Dudera, Kucha, and Schick as Mendes goes down on the ground on the far side, which is the left-hand flank as Portugal attacking this second half. Going down, it's the challenge of Patrick Schick. Portugal will restart playing with a free kick. 2 minutes of this second half gone. Goal is between Portugal and the Czech Republic. This is the second game today in Group F. The other match saw Turkey run out 3-1 victors against Georgia. 3 games live for you tomorrow. You can listen to every game from UEFA Euro 2024 live here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service as the Czech look to gather possession between back line. Vitinha, now Fernandes on the halfway, driving through the middle inside opposition territory. He's got 3 in front of him. He's got 4 as well, including Bernardo Silva. Fernandes finds Silva, right hand side, pulls it back towards the byline. It's going to go out of play for a Portugal corner. The last touch coming off of Ladislav Krečki. Lovely pass by Bruno Fernandes with the side of his right foot towards an on-rushing Bernardo Silva. Does well to keep it in play for going out from the byline in towards the penalty area. Pulls it back on his right foot. Coming off of Krečki. It's going to be a Portugal corner on the right. 3 minutes this second half gone. Taken short by Silva in towards the path of Fernandes. Whipped in by Vitinha towards the back post. Bit of a looping effort which goes over the bar. It's a little bit more of a cross-club shot if you ask me, but the ball goes out of play nonetheless for a Czechia goal kick. Now, in terms of our live offerings for you on Flash Score, just a reminder, tomorrow we'll have Slovenia against Serbia, Denmark against England, and Spain against Italy. That's on Thursday. Tomorrow night we'll have Croatia, Albania, Germany, Hungary, and Scotland against Switzerland. Plus Friday's action will see Slovakia against Ukraine, Poland up against Austria, and the Netherlands up against France. We'll also be getting Copa America 2024 underway. You can listen to every game from that competition live with us. It kickstarts with Argentina, the reigning Copa America and world champions, kickstarting their defence of the title against Canada. That tournament taking place in the United States, and we'll have all the big games involving the big nations live for you, including the final. Both of those games taking place on Sunday, July the 14th, and you can listen to both of those games here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. 0-0 in this one. Portugal looking to break the deadlock. Dalot with the ball on the right hand side, 15 yards inside the Czech Republic half. Goes back in towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. Cancelo dispossessed, it's one back and it's Kucha in possession, initially one back by Suchek. Kucha in the middle, laying it out, looking to find Patrick Schick, left hand side, towards the edge of the penalty area. He's got Diaz up against him, floats one in, a teasing cross comes shot, looking to find its way towards the top right hand corner from the left hand side. Chipped it in on his left foot, side footed, and it's going to go wide of Diego Costa's goal. It's really the first opportunity, first full sight of goal that the Czechs have had in this game so far, and it's 5 minutes into this second period. Well, statistically speaking, it is the worst game of this tournament so far, because it's the only game to have gone into the second half without a goal being scored. But the way Portugal have played, they feel like they should be a couple of goals up by now. It hasn't been a bad game. It's what they call not a bad 0-0, although I know there's some people that try and refute that claim for all of its worth, as the Czechs have possession on the left hand side, but Ida Silva going back from the grasp of David Dudera. He's going to go back towards Stanic between the sticks, who's going to loft it out towards the halfway, flipped on by Ruben Diaz, going to be regathered by Coutinho on the half, had two Czech shirts in front of him. This is Nuno Mendes now for Portugal, almost given away but regathered well on the half. It's going to go out towards Ruben Diaz, right hand side, shortened towards the path for now. 35 yards out for goal on the right hand side, now looking to move infield and then play the ball back in towards the path of Ruben Diaz. This is now Diogo Dalot in possession for Portugal, launching forward along that right hand side, but on back by the Czechs, initially by Dudera. On the halfway it goes, Coutinho looking to get it back, goes down with the challenge of Lucas Provod. It's going to be a free kick to Portugal on the halfway. On the halfway line, just out towards the right hand side. Coutinho's looking to move away. Provod stuck his left leg out, so free kick to Portugal it is. Take it quickly. This is Bernardo Silva, left hand side, cutting inside towards the edge of the area, and has an effort on his left boot, looking to curl it in towards the top left hand corner, but it goes about 5 or 6 yards wide of the target. Well, it feels like in this second half, where Portugal were almost passing the Czechs to death, they're more willing to have a go at goal, but the issue that they've had doing so is that the radar hasn't quite seen them find the target, nowhere near the target as of yet. Roberto Martínez will be happy with the performance but not happy with the execution as he sits there in his raincoat on top of his shirt and tie. Took Belgium to the World Cup semi-finals his previous post, his first major tournament with Portugal. What big shoes he has to follow as well. Took over from Fernando Santos, who lifted the European Championship with Portugal, also won the UEFA Nations League as well in 2019, so a big pair of shoes to fill, but it's been a good start so far. Just need to find that elusive opener. This is Ronaldo on the right hand side, 30 yards out from goal, stepped inside but covered well by Solch. This is Fernandez going out towards the left hand side. This is Nuno Mendes in possession, snuffed out by Pavel Solch, and it's going to be a throw into Portugal on the left hand side in the middle of the Czechia half. They left the ball. It's Fernandez who plays into the path of Ruben Diaz now, driving out towards the right hand side from the centre. He's got Dalot out towards his right, plays it towards Pepe on his left. Now Nuno Mendes possession, had Rafa Leao on the overlap. Pepe now towards Mendes once more, and now regathers the ball, and it's Pepe once again, who will in turn play it back in towards the possession of Diego Costa. It's just beginning to become a little bit hard to work for Portugal in this second period, as the ball again goes back towards their goalkeeper. Towards the possession of Coutinho. It's very light. Sorry, this is João Cancelo. Coutinho was very light in the first time. He was just positioned a bit further forward of João Cancelo there. This is Pepe in possession. Goes back out towards Mendes again. This is Coutinho on the halfway, on the left-hand side. PSG man. Now goes out towards Bernardo Silva. Tries on this right-hand side towards the edge of the area. He's got Dalot on the overlap if he wants him. Silva plays it inside in towards the possession of Coutinho. This is Ruben Diaz now in towards the path, continue again. Diaz right hand side, edge of the penalty area, gets across in, right footed towards the back stick towards Ronaldo, who has a glass header which goes over the bar. He claims that the last touch came off a Czech shirt. Just having a look at the replay, ball comes in, Ronaldo first through gets a glass header, and he is correct, the last touch comes off of the Czech body of Robin Hranek, and it is going to be a corner kick for Portugal out on the right hand side as they attack in this second half. 10 minutes of it played, Portugal 0, Czech Republic 0 on the Flash Score Live audio commentary. So it's going to be whipped in by Bruno Fernandes, right footed, chipped in towards the back post, looking to find Pepe, who was searching there but flicked away by the Czech body. It's going to be Fetchke in possession, who's got both Pepe and Diaz up against him, loses out, Portugal will gather it, all switched out towards the path of Fernandes, right hand side, edge of the penalty area, he's got down on the overlap, because they're looking to find Ronaldo, flicked away the back stick by Souček spectacularly, but it's a second opportunity here for Portugal. This is João Cancelo to the byline, chips it back in, punched away by Stanic, and then cleared away second time of asking. Portugal now beginning to get closer towards that elusive deadlock breaker. Mendes towards Pepe on the halfway. This is Coutinho, who's tracked back, looking for options. He's got Diaz on the halfway on the right hand side, exactly who he finds, in towards the path of Bernardo Silva now, goes back in towards the possession of Ruben Diaz again. Silva, two Manchester City teammates linking up well. Portugal seemingly unable to find the way out of this present moment in time. Coutinho once again, but still stranded inside his own half, and Czech Republic coming on to these Portuguese players a bit more. This is João Cancelo on the halfway, who's out towards the left hand side. He's got Patrick Schick for company. Vitinha once more has got options out towards the left hand side, but switches play. Diaz in the middle, driving forward, now 10 yards inside the Czech half, into the path of Bernardo Silva. Dalot's on the overlap. Silva brings it inside for the right hand flank, 25 yards from goal, in a central position towards the path of Vitinha, edge of the D, short in towards the path of Fernandes, looking to lay it in towards Ronaldo in the penalty area. Comes back out in towards the possession of João Cancelo, who goes down to the ground in a central position around about 25 yards out from goal, and the first yellow card of this game is going to go the way, from a Czech sense anyway, to the striker Patrick Schick, who was the joint top goal scorer of the previous finals, 5 goals, was actually denied of the golden boot by Cristiano Ronaldo because he had one more assist to his name, and he's going to be the first player from a Czech perspective to be booked in this game. Referee was carded for simulation earlier on. The distance to goal projected by the ball, which is chipped in, and UEFA get to send their graphics back towards it. They say 24 metres from goal, so perhaps perfect distance for Cristiano Ronaldo to make some European Championship history, perhaps. As it was only going to be he, wasn't it? That's going to step over the ball. 25 yards out from goal. It could well be his moment on the big stage again. Fernandes issuing out the instructions. It's Ronaldo to fire it. Right-footed, but held by Stanic in the Czech Republic goal. There was a clean effort on his right boot, but it just lacked a little bit of venom. Got up and over the wall, but it was well read by the Czech goalkeeper, who pretty much moved a couple of yards to comfortably catch the ball. Portugal beginning to create opportunities again at the beginning of this second half, but it's following a similar story to the first, where they're just unable to take advantage of those particular opportunities. Look to build again. Ball chipped out in towards the path of Bernardo Silva, right hand side, 10 yards inside the Czech half. He's got Dalot out to his right, exactly who he finds, plays it back first time in towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. Ronaldo in the box. Brothers making the journey towards the penalty area. Vitinha in towards the path of Cancelo, towards Bernardo Silva, who looked to lay it back towards Ronaldo on the penalty spot, blocked by Robin Hranek. There was an argument that Silva, from around about 12 yards out, could have gone for goal himself. Could have got down to Stanic's near side. Corner taken quickly by Silva. Vitinha played back in towards the path of Fernandes, 25 yards out centrally. Now João Cancelo chips it in right-footed towards the penalty spot, flicked on but cleared away by the Czechs. And back again by Portugal, who have possession once again. This is Diogo Dalot, shifts it out in towards the path of Rafael Leao. Really the first time he's had a touch of the ball in this second half. Inside the penalty area, has an effort on his right boot, falls towards the path of Ronaldo, who dances his way past Hollis, chips it in towards the back stick But there was two Portugal players looking for it. Silva then looked to make chases. Nobody got there, but it's going to go out and play for a Czech Republic throw on the left-hand side, adjacent towards the penalty spot of their own penalty area. 59.5 minutes gone. We approach the hour mark here at the Leipzig Stadium. It's Portugal 0, Czechia 0 here in this Group F tie from UEFA Euro 2024 on the Flash Score Live audio commentary. So, as mind of the other game in this group finished Turkey 3, Georgia 1. These two sides will resume battle on Saturday in terms of their second group matches. Kutcher's evening's going to come to an end, and it's going to be Lingard that is going to come on, and Patrick Schick's night is going to come to an end, and it's going to be Chitil that will come on. Chitil plays for Sparta Prague. His 15th cap, scored 6 goals in his previous 14, almost a goal every other game for his country. Portugal fired in towards the penalty area again, but Rodello couldn't quite get towards it. It was João Cancelo that put the teasing cross in towards the penalty area. So the Czech Republic with a goal kick. Lingard played on loan at Feyenoord last season. Attacking midfielder who could also occupy the forward role. Had limited game time at his club this season, but very much in favour for his country. And he's on the ball here on the right hand side, up against João Cancelo towards the edge of the penalty area. Of course, floated in and then flicked on towards the penalty spot by Šitek, the other sub to come on. Cross comes in by Dudera, in towards the penalty spot it goes, cleared away. The ball back in again by Kufal, in towards the possession of Pavard, who's given the Czech Republic the lead. First time effort on his right foot, side-footed in towards the bottom left-hand corner from the edge of the D, and the first real opportunity that the Czech Republic have had in this game, they have taken advantage of. 62 minutes on the clock, Portugal 0, the Czech Republic 1. But the subs worked, inspired by Ivan Hasic. It's had the desired effect, and the Czech Republic, who have had to see out an hour's worth of pressure for Portugal, the first chance they've had, and it's taken full advantage of it. It was played back in towards his path, side foots it first time, towards the edge of the D, in towards the bottom left hand corner. It comes off the post and in. It's a beautifully struck effort. Pepe tried to divert it away, but he couldn't get his head to it. And Lucas Pogba gets on the board, and the Czech Republic are on the board. It's only his third goal for his country in what is only his 20th cap. He missed Euro 2020 with a knee injury, but now he comes back into the fold of these tournament finals, and he finds a golden goal for the Czechs. 1-0 they lead Portugal, and now one of the tournament favourites are really on the ropes. They've dominated the play, they've dominated the possession, but for as long as it was 0-0, the Czechs always had a chance, and their fans, which occupy the left-hand goal, really are bouncing up and down here at the Leipzig Arena. And they regather possession again on the right-hand side. Forward it goes by Tufal, in towards the possession of Midmir Šitic. And the ball's going to put out a play for a Portugal throw, which is taken quickly, and suddenly a bit more of an urgency about Portugal's play. João Cancelo in possession, 10 yards inside the Czech half, out towards Bernardo Silva. Steps on the inside, now in towards the possession of Ruben Diaz. Now Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes in the centre, 30 yards out from goal. Vitinha played short, now back in towards the possession of Pepe. Fernandes once more, he's got options out towards his right hand side, now in towards the possession of Ruben Diaz, steps in field, 30 yards out, plays it on the line towards Vitinha again, Bruno Fernandes, and now everybody's back from a Czech perspective. They look to put the ball in once more, but it's given away, and it's going to be driven forward by Šitic towards the halfway, gets the better of Pepe, and he's looking to get his way through. Ruben Diaz as well, he was unable to do so. Ball flicked out, switched out, looking to find Bernardo Silva, but the ball's going to head out of play. And in amongst that goal, there has been a substitution for Portugal. Diogo Dalot has been replaced, and Marcelo Inacho has come on. Try and change things in these 25 minutes or so. 65 minutes gone. Portugal 0, Czech Republic 1. And Belgium lost yesterday to Slovenia. This would be another big shock if the Czechs could get the better of the Portuguese here. Diogo Jota's also come on, and he has replaced Rafael Leao. These weren't actually given to us by UEFA, so we're just working a little bit on the fly here. So a couple of substitutions for Portugal after the goal, and Diogo Jota's first contribution was to boot Podvod in yet. So free kick to the Czechs on the halfway, on the right hand side. Check forwards, flicked away by the substitute Inacio. It's going to be McGavin again by Czech Republic. Inacio again, going to get it away on the left hand side, but the Czechs come back with the ball, and they're going to get a throw on the right hand side, around about 30 yards out from goal. 66.5 minutes played, Portugal 0, Czech Republic 1. Cleared away by Pepe, the throw which was initially put in by Vladimir Coufal. He's going to take this throw on the right hand side, adjacent towards the edge of the Portuguese penalty area, played towards the path of Such. And the better of him is Mendes. Ball cleared away by the Portuguese, looking to find Ronaldo on the left hand side, 5 yards from the edge of the Czech half, cleared away by Ranić in the end. Now Portugal look to build out once more. Driving forward is Fernandes on the left hand side, 5 yards from the edge of the Czech half. Fernandes once more. Portugal just being pending, everybody sticking back from a Czech perspective, and if they were finding it hard enough as it was to create spaces, Portugal, it's going to be even harder now. They find themselves a goal down, because the Czechs are going to pretty much defend everything that they can. Pepe played out in towards the path of Jota, looking to thread through Ronaldo, who's making a darting run in towards the box in a central position. Cleared away by the Czech Republic, only as far as Mendes, who's got Coufal up against him. Appeals for the front of the Czech direction, but it's going to be a Portuguese throw, left hand side, 25 yards out from goal. Goes back a few yards. Bruno Fernandes in possession, now in towards the path of Vitinha. Ruben Diaz searching for it on the right hand side. Has the ball now. 10 yards inside opposition territory on the right hand flank. João Cancelo, first time ball in towards the path of Vitinha. Steps in field, around about 25 yards out from goal. Cancelo out to the right hand side into Bernardo Silva, edge of the penalty area. Steps inside. He's got Cancelo on the overlap, but Silva floats the ball in himself towards the penalty spot, where again Ronaldo was lurking. But again there was two Czech players up against him who managed to head the ball away from danger. Pepe towards Vitinha again. Portugal again slowly building the play up, but unable to break down the stubborn Czech defence. Cancelo on the right hand side, 30 yards out from goal, has to bring it infield. Vitinha in towards the path of Ruben Diaz. Diaz, three Portuguese players in the box, including Bernardo Silva, who's a fourth, and now inside the area, plays his tricks and flicks, and then plays it back to Vitinha, crosses it into the back post. Mendes digs it down, and it's into the back of the net. It's an own goal from Robin Hanak, and the Portuguese are back on terms with a little over 20 minutes to play. And finally, this stubborn Czech defence has been broken down, and it was an own goal. It was their own doing that was their downfall. 69 minutes on the clock. Portugal won, the Czech Republic won. But it was Bernardo Silva who played the ball back, a teasing ball in by Cancelo, digged down by Mendes, where Ronaldo was lurking towards the near post. It was parried away by Stanic, which came directly off the shin of Robin Hranak, who couldn't do anything about it. Putting the ball home in towards the left-hand corner of his own net. And Portugal are back on terms. And they've now got 20 minutes or so to find themselves a winner to win their first game of these European Championships. Portugal won, the Czech Republic won, 70 minutes in this Group F tie here at the Leipzig Stadium on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. And I just wonder whether this will renew the belief of these Portuguese players and how much it could knock the stuffing out of the Czechia players, who so far have been equal to everything that has been thrown at them by this haymaker heavyweight Portuguese side. They've got 20 minutes to see out what is now a point, and I think they would have taken a point prior to kick-off. The expectations back home was this was a little bit of a free-hit game, but the expectation was to get out the group with results against Turkey and Georgia in their final couple of matches. But Portugal now looking to turn a one-goal deficit into a one-goal lead. Vitinha chipping the ball out, looking to find Nuno Mendes. It's headed away by Vladimir Soufal, who was out for thrown to Portugal on the left-hand side. Portugal's fourth attempt on target. The Czechs have only had one, and that was the goal. 14 attempts compared to 3 in this game. They have been dominant in every single factor apart from the scoreline. Ronaldo goes back to Vitinha, 30 yards out in a central position, shortened towards the possession of João Cancelo. Vitinha once more in towards the path of Ruben Diaz. Bernardo Silva still on that right hand side. Diaz has to retreat towards the halfway for Portugal, and now in towards the possession of Pepe, out in towards the path of Bernardo Silva once again, who really has dominated that right hand side. Bruno Fernandes once more. Fernandes creeping close towards goal, looking to unleash Cancelo, who's making an underlapping run on the right side towards the penalty area. He's cleared away by the Czechs, who will literally boot everything away now. They'll be content with a point on their opening game, considering the barrage they had against them as well, and they continue to go again. Jota looking to find Ronaldo on the left-hand side inside the penalty area. The Czechs only half deal with it. It's still in the penalty area. It's Bernardo Silva with a shot on his left boot, parried away by Stanic towards his near post. And Portugal look to go again from the throw-in. On the left-hand side, adjacent towards the edge of the penalty area, it's Nuno Mendes in possession. Goes back in towards the path of Vitinha, who's been very lively for Portugal tonight. This is Ruben Diaz now. 30 yards out, central position, in towards the path of Jota. Cleared away in towards the possession of Andre Linga. They play it out towards the right-hand side, but Nuno Mendes clicks down the Czech player, which was Pavel Solch, and it's going to be a free kick to the Czech Republic on the right-hand side, around about 5 yards from the edge of the Portugal half. 72.5 minutes gone, around about 17 minutes to go. Portugal won, Czech Republic won in this Group F game on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Reminder, we'll have 3 live matches for you tomorrow afternoon. We kickstart at 2 o'clock with Croatia against Albania, followed by Germany against Hungary at 5 and Scotland against Switzerland at 8, and then on Thursday Slovenia against Serbia, Denmark against England, and Spain up against Italy. You can listen to every single game from Euro 2024 on the Flash Score app. Ball goes out of play on the halfway. The far side as we look at it, the right hand side is the Czechs attack, and it's going to be a Czechia throw. Mind as well, the Premier League fixtures were released today, and we're going to have every single Premier League game, the vast majority of Premier League games available live to you on that live audio service, as well as news from all 20 of your clubs available by downloading the Flash Score app, available on the Apple App Store via Google Play. The Czechs have the ball on the left-hand side, 15 yards inside the Portugal half. Flick forward by Judea, looking to chase the ball into the penalty area was Linga, but he couldn't quite connect onto it, so it was a comfortable take from Diogo Costa in the Portugal goal. Now Fernandes on the halfway, switching play out towards the left-hand side. Jota chests it down inside the penalty towards the bar. He looks to play it back, but could only fire the ball on his left boot towards the path for Jindřich Stanic in the Czechia goal. And as well, if you're a fan of an EFL club, you can follow your team's progress in the Championship, League 1 and League 2 next season on the Flash Score app, and selected games later on in the Championship season as well. The big matches, including the playoffs, will be live on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Czechs have a free kick in the centre, 5 yards from the edge of the Portugal half. Holled played out towards the right-hand side. Over the top it went, but the player's going down, one for each team. It's going to be recovered by Pepe, who also goes to the ground. But play's going to go on. Vitinha driving through the middle, looking to search out Cristiano Ronaldo. Good first touch with his right foot, but then headed away by Hanak with the second touch. And so Kufau will, on the right-hand side, try and calm play down, but the flag goes up by the linesman on this near side for offside against Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, 2 more subs are going to be made here by the Czechs. See the introductions to this game of Barak and Ševčík respectively. Quarter of an hour to go here. Portugal 1, Czech Republic 1. Here in Group F from the Leipzig Stadium on the Score Live audio commentary service. And Portugal fans are nervous at this present moment in time, because once again Czechs find themselves on the attack. They haven't had many opportunities, they've only had one shot on target, and that's the goal that they scored. They have the ball on the right hand side, they find it towards the edge of the area, but Portugal are going to come away with it. It was a substitute in Accio, was up against his fellow 14 Provo to the score of the Czechia goal, the opener in the 62nd minute of the game. And it's River own goal on the 69th, the reason why we are level here at the Leipzig Stadium with 13.5 minutes to go in this Group F tie. Still waiting for the Czech substitution to be made. The ball's going to go back in towards the path of Nico Costa between the sticks. Played out in towards the path of Ruben Diaz on the right hand side. A couple of attacking changes as well for the Czechs, pretty much in midfield. This is Coutinho now, Bernardo Silva, Cancelo on the underlap on this right hand side. Coutinho again, who's covered every blade of grass for Portugal. Himself and Silva have been real work dogs for this Portuguese side. This is Pepe, played out towards the left hand flank and towards the substitute Gonzalo Inacio. There's the ball again from a good touch by Mendes. Fernandez to Ronaldo towards Vitinha, 25 yards out, has a driving effort on his right foot, parried away towards the near post of Jindřich Stanic, and it's going to go out for a corner kick to Portugal on the left hand side as they attack. Decent effort, just didn't quite have the venom required. 78 minutes on the clock, 12 minutes of normal time to go. Portugal 1, Czechia 1, here on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Bruno Fernandes to take on the left hand side. He's going to whip it in on his right foot. Ronaldo and Pepe lurking in and around the penalty spot. That's where it's going to go, but they lose anyone and everyone. But the recovery run that João Cancelo was trying to make was in vain in the end. The ball's going to trickle out for a throw into Czechia. Cancelo, who as far as his Manchester City career was concerned, was over pretty much before it began. And speaking about his career at Manchester City, he felt lied to towards the end of his time. He's got spells at Benfica, Juventus, Manchester City, Bayern Munich and now Barcelona on his CV. But the substitutions are going to be made now eventually for the Czechs, coming on in Barak and Petr Ševčík. Lucas Provost, who is going to come off for Barrett, the goal scorer departs, as too does Pavel Solt, who's put in a good shift in midfield today. So they're there to see out the last 10 minutes or so of this game from a defensive viewpoint. They've got a point to preserve against Portugal, 1-1, heading into the final 10 minutes of this game at the Leipzig Stadium in Group F of this UEFA Euro 2024 on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Ball falls to Fernandes inside the penalty area, left hand side, steps inside, has free up against him. Fernandes, cross goes in, looking to find Ronaldo, but it's headed away by Ladislav Krejci, who made a diving header towards the near post to stop Ronaldo in his tracks. The ball's going to go out of play for a Portugal corner on the left hand side, which is taken quickly on the left flank. Fernandes gets the cross in and cleared away by the first man. It's going to fall back in towards the possession of Antonin Barak, who was fouled by Fernandes. Free kick to the Czechs on the right hand side in the middle of their own half. 10 minutes to go. Portugal 1, Czech Republic 1. The score here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service in this Group F tie from UEFA Euro 2024. Again, another reminder of our matches that take place tomorrow. Croatia against Albania, Germany against Hungary, and Scotland in vital need of a win against the Swiss. That game kicking off from 8 o'clock, so Scotland fans, if you're able to watch it on the TV, do tune into our live commentary feed on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. The Czechs come again here inside the penalty area. It's forward into the path of Sici and then played back. It's going to come in towards the path of the captain Souček, who has an effort on his left foot which goes wide of the mark. Well, initially it was played into the path of Sitic, who played in towards the path of his strike part of the Lingir. Then eventually it fell in towards the path of Thomas Souček, who had an effort on his left foot from the edge of the D, which goes around about 3 or 4 yards wide of goal. Well, they've had their chance to re-establish their lead. Portugal pushing and probing to finally find the front. Bernardo Silva to Cancelo, right hand side, in towards the box it goes, looking to find Bernardo Silva again. It's going to be left towards the corner by Thomas Souček, who then goes to the ground. He's won back by João Cancelo, in towards the path of Ruben Diaz. Vitinha 25 yards out, heavy touch by Fernandes. The Czechs managed to get the ball away. Back in towards the possession of Krejci. Souček again, who's covering every blade of grass. Down towards Hranak, in towards the path of Soufal, launches it forward towards the halfway, but the ball's going to trickle out for a Portugal throw, left hand side, midway inside the Czechia half. This is Nuno Mendes in possession now, goes back towards the halfway line. This is Vitinha in possession, in the middle, praying forward, looking to find Bernardo Silva, but he's dispossessed, and driving forward now is Krejci, looking to lay it out in towards the path of Midjan Šitic, but it's going to go out for it. Going to Portugal on the right hand side in the middle of their half. Portugal 1, Czech Republic 1. 52.5 minutes on the clock here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. This is Bernardo Silva in possession, right hand side, 5 yards from the edge of the Czechia half. Was up against David Dudera, manages to shift it out towards the left hand side and towards the substitute Inácio. 5 yards inside the Czechia half on the left hand flank. He has possession, plays it out to the path of Mendes, who has a white shirt in front of him. And now back towards Pepe on the half. Crossfield ball, diagonally touching it out to the right hand side. He's looking to find João Cancelo towards the edge of the penalty area, but the cross that was fired in from the right foot of Pepe was just too heavy. Pepe, who becomes the oldest player tonight to play a game at the European Championships, 41 years of age. Amazing to think that it was back in 2006 when Portugal and Brazil were both fighting over his international status. The World Cup, which was staged in Germany, which was the longevity of his career. Fernandes picks up Lucy on the halfway. We're going to lay it out towards Ronaldo. Half cleared away by Czechs, who they do get it away a second time, but it's going to be picked up by Inácio. Left hand side towards the edge of his own penalty area. Now back towards the path of Pepe. Still inside their own half. Portugal have possession as we enter the final 6 minutes of normal time. Nuno Mendes getting the better of two, and now drives down this left hand side shifts it out in towards the path of Jota, and it's not cleared away by Hranic. Jota inside the penalty area. Eventually it was Oles who managed to get the Czechs out of a hole. Portugal looked to press back. Nuno Mendes with the challenge, conceding a foul on Vladimir Coufal. There's going to be a free kick to Czechia just to relieve some pressure on their own goal. But the rain's still coming down, not quite as heavy as it was at the beginning of the match, but it's a very warm evening in Leipzig. Temperatures at kickoff were in and around 23 degrees Celsius. A very humid night, which is why you can see a lot of the stick on the players' shirts, particularly the white shirts of the Czech players, which is being stuck to, and you can see very much so. They move forward on this right hand side towards the edge of the penalty area. It's Coufal to play it back in. It's going to be that by Pepe. Bruno Fernandes going to drive on this left hand flank, loses out to Barak, 25 yards from goal, being forced back about 10-15 yards. Looking for options, plays it across towards Petr Sevcik. Now out towards the right hand side it goes once more. Barak once more, cleared away by Vitinha. Free kick to Portugal after Bernardo Silva was brought down to the ground on the left hand side, around about 5 yards from the edge of the Czechia half. 4.5 minutes of normal time to go. Portugal 1, Czechia 1 here in Group F on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Portugal in possession on the left hand side, 5 yards inside the Czechia half, goes out in towards the possession of Nuno Mendes. Now back to Bruno Fernandes, who finds himself in possession along the line towards Ruben Diaz, switching play from left to right to the Portuguese. Now João Cancelo in possession. Bernardo Silva right hand side towards the edge of the penalty area, has got company, goes back in towards the path of Cancelo. Cross goes in, right footed towards Ronaldo with the back post, off the post and into the back of the net eventually, and it's Diogo Jota that has put Portugal in front. They have been the dominant side in this game, and they have finally found the front with 3.5 minutes to go. They want a third. Jota wants his celebration, and Jindřich Stanic wouldn't let him have the ball, but he'd let him have the goal. And Diogo Jota's European Championship account is up and running, and as too may well be Portugal's. 2-1 they lead, but there is a goal check. VAR are having a look at this. VAR, which this evening is Massimiliano Irrati of Italy. The cross in from Cancelo. They're looking at the initial positioning of Cristiano Ronaldo as he dinked the ball down. It came off the post and then in towards the path of Jota, who headed home from close range in towards the bottom right hand corner, but the goal's not going to count. The semi-automated VAR technology for offside has ruled that Ronaldo was exactly that, and so it's been scrubbed off. And Diogo Jota, who thought he was going to be the match winner for Portugal, has had his dream evaporated, has had his goal chalked off. Lifeline for the Czechs, just like Slovakia had yesterday against Belgium, but Portugal do have a free kick and they look to get on with it quickly. Bernardo Silva in possession. Play back in towards the path of Vitinha. Silva once more, now back in towards the path of Ruben Diaz. Now Pepe in possession. Goes out towards the left hand side and towards the halfway. Chipped over the top, looking to find Nuno Mendes, who's got the run of Hollis up against him. Manages to clear the ball away. Checks have it on the right hand side with Coufal. Along the line it goes, but it's won back by Portugal and Diogo Jota. Heavy first touch, and the ball's going to trickle out of play for a Czechia goal kick. Well, we're just having a look at the replay of the offside, and basically the shoulder of Thomas Hollis is playing Cristiano Ronaldo into an offside position. Pretty much half of the body was offside according to the semi-automated technology which is being used at these tournament finals. They are going to be used in the Premier League next season for the first time as well. They were overwhelmingly voted in at the end of last season. Portugal are going to make a couple of changes. Vitinha has departed. What a shift he's put in this evening. In fact, they're going to make 3 changes. Coming on is going to be Francisco Conciao, Pedro Neto and Nelson Semedo for the final few minutes that remain. It is 30 seconds plus stoppage time which are to be played here. I've got some understanding as to who's gone off as of yet. We will update you on that. In fact, it was... get to that in a second. The Czechs are on the attack. Right hand side ball thrown in towards the penalty area, looking to find Linga. He's going to Linga in towards the edge of the box again, cleared away by Francisco Conciao. The Czechs come again. This is Sufa on the right hand side. Ball goes in, half cleared by Bernardo Silva, who will get it away in the end. But the Czechs probe again as we enter time on at the end of the 90. They move forward on the left hand side. The ball's going to trickle out of play. It's going to be a Portuguese goal kick. Down on the ground is... look who that is down on the ground. It's not quite easy to see from here. See fielder Provod, whose goal is going to be enough to secure a point for the Czech Republic, as being said. 4 minutes added on at the end of this one. Barged into by Nelson Semedo. That's his first impact and picked on this game. So a minute of those 4 have been added on. And just to confirm who has come on and come off. Vitinha has come off for Conciao, but Portugal have the ball in the box, squared across. It was Conciao who wins it for Portugal right to the very end. The super sub has come on and made an instant impact for the Portuguese. With 2.5 minutes of stoppage time left to play, Portugal have finally found their leads. They have been pushing and probing all game. They had to come back from the Czech setback. They had to come back from a goal being ruled off by VAR, and they finally find the front with little over 2 minutes to play. And it's a substitute, Francisco Conciao, who's been on the pitch for less than a minute, who looks set to have won this game for Portugal. Well, the Czechs lose possession towards the edge of the penalty area. It's fired across in towards his path. First touch on his left foot for around about 3 yards out, after it was given away by Hranak in towards the bottom left hand corner. It was Pedro Neto that fed the ball for the left hand side into his path. He scored what looks like the winning goal. Looks like he's going to get booked as well because he took his shirt off with the celebration, but I don't think he'll care. Francisco Conciao looks like he's rescued it for Portugal right to the very end. And the Czechs are going to make one more change. Holles is going to depart and Shori's going to come on. They need to find something late now. They're going to need a late show if they're going to find an equaliser. Didera. Minutes of stoppage time left to play. Portugal have their 2-1 lead, but the Czechs come again in response. The ball fired in towards the penalty area, looking to play it across in towards the path of Šitic. It's cleared away only as far as Barak. Chips the ball in towards the box, flicked on and just wide of goal by Andred Linga, the substitute, who from in and around the penalty spot glanced his header towards the top left hand corner, but it goes about a yard or 2 over the bar. He would have been offside, but Portugal being made to see it out. Well, unbridled joy on the face of Roberto Martínez, probably more relief than anything else. This could have been a real banana skin for the Portuguese, especially when they were 1-0 down. They're into time beyond added time, but there will be a couple of extra seconds because of the stoppage time goal. It's all about seeing it out now from a Portuguese perspective. There's not much time to go. Czechs have a throw in. The Portuguese plead for the final whistle. In fact, the throw's gone Portugal's way on the half. And they're going to take no time at all to loft it towards the corner where Ronaldo was looking for it. Flicked on by Jota, looking to find Ronaldo. Flicked away by the Czechs. Surely there can't be much time now. They launch the ball forward directly past Pepe, but in towards the arms of Diogo Jota. They won't mind that one bit, because they can just hold the ball for as long as they can and see the points through. Well, it hasn't been a pretty performance in terms of the scoreline. They have dominated play, but eventually Portugal get the win. They had to leave it late, but they are off and running at UEFA Euro 2024. It was a late goal by Francisco Conceição, the Porto star, that has picked up the winner for Portugal. In the 92nd minute, they had to come back from behind. They dominated the first half. They had near 400 touches in it, but it was the Czechs that took the lead. Lucas Prodvod with the goal just after the hour mark that got them up and running. And then it was an own goal 20 minutes on time by Robin Hanak, which got the Portuguese back on terms. Diogo Jota 41 at 3 minutes from time, but his goal was ruled out by VAR for offside against Cristiano Ronaldo. But eventually they did win it, and they won it for good. Francisco Conceição tapping home from close range, following a defensive mistake by Robin Hanak inside the penalty area. And so Portugal, the champions of 8 years ago, up and running with a win. The Czech fans who created a great noise, a great atmosphere, sucker punch. Their team gave everything, but it wasn't quite enough. They're going to have to now regroup ahead of their game against Georgia on Saturday afternoon. But it is finished here at the Leipzig Stadium. Portugal, in what looks like it's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo's final European Championships, are up and running. It was a late show. They have beaten the Czech Republic by 2-1.